Hello team, welcome back. Welcome to the Docker for DevOps training. And in this particular lecture, we will discuss how we can remove the containers from the Docker. So let's start with the lecture. So in the previous lecture, we have discussed how we can execute or how we can create, how we can run our first containers, right? We have seen some more commands about the containers, right? We have seen about the hub.docker.com, the central repository of the Docker. Today, we will discuss how we can stop the containers because till now we have just seen how we can start the containers in a foreground mode and in the detach mode, right? So we have started two containers yesterday in the detach mode, but suppose if we want to stop these containers, then what is the way, right? So to stop the containers, we have a simple command docker container stop, then you need to provide the container ID. So let's start with the commands. To start with the Docker commands, I need to SSH my remote machine, my remote Linux machine where I've installed my Docker. So I will open the terminal and SSH my machine. So you can see I'm inside my Docker machine. I will clear out the console. If I will execute the command hostname, then this will return me the host name, and I know my remote machine host name is Docker. So yesterday we have executed two containers. So suppose we want to see the running containers on our Docker. So I need to execute the command docker container ls, and you can see the two nginx containers are running since last 30 hours. So we have created and executed these containers in the last lecture, but we didn't stop these, right? So suppose you want to stop the container which is running on port 80, right? So first let's see if we are able to access the nginx on port 80. So I will open the browser, and as we discussed in the last lecture, if you are running the Docker in your local machine, then you need to insert localhost colon port 80, but I'm using a remote machine, so I need to put the IP of my remote machine. Then colon port 80. So on port 80, I'm able to access the nginx, right? Now we will stop the nginx container on port 80. So for this, I need to execute the command docker container stop, and then I need to provide the container ID which I want to stop, right? So suppose I want to stop this container, so I will simply provide this container ID and press enter. Uh-oh, there was a typo error in the docker command. So I will correct it. The command is docker container stop, then the container ID, press enter, and you can see it is returning the container ID. Now if I will execute docker container ls, then it will return you only single container which is running on port 8081 because we have stopped the container which was running on port 80. If I will go to my browser and refresh it, then I'm not able to access it. But if I change the port to 8081, see, on port 8081 I'm able to access my nginx container because on port 8081 my nginx is still running. So this is the way how can we stop the containers in Docker, right? Now suppose you have a requirement, then you need to list down all the containers although they are running or they are stopped. So how can you basically list out the IDs of all the containers which have executed on your Docker? For this we have a command docker container ls-a. So let's execute it. So we are on our terminal, we will execute the command docker container ls -a. And you can see I'm getting a list of containers. So basically these are the containers which we have executed inside this Docker engine so far, right? So only one container is running. The latest one, nginx, is running on port 8081. Rest all of the containers was exited or stopped. So suppose you want to find out the containers which has been executed on your Docker engine, then you need to execute a command docker container ls-a. This is the command to list down all the containers which have executed on your Docker engine. But if you just want to list down the running containers, then you just need to insert the command docker container ls, and it will list out only the running containers. Now we will discuss about run versus start commands in the container. So till now we have only discussed about the run command. So basically when you want to execute a container, you need to execute a command docker container run, then the image name, right? Then what is the meaning of the start command? Why we use start command in the Docker? So we always use run command in the Docker when we need to execute a new container, right? Run command will always start a new container. But suppose you want to start an existing container, right? Then you need to use the command start. Let's see how we can use start command. So we are on our terminal, right? And 2 minutes before we have stopped this container which have the ID 27E6C07981AE. So we know very well 2 minutes before we have stopped this container, and this container was running on port 8080, right? So suppose you want to start this container, then you need to execute a command docker container start and then the container ID, right? So I need to provide this container ID. Press enter and it will return you the same container ID, right? Execute the command docker docker container ls. And you will see two containers are running, and the second container has the same ID which was stopped 2 minutes before. So with the help of the start command, you can start the existing container on your machine. But if you will execute the image or the container with the run command, it always start a new container on your Docker engine, right? Sometimes the start command is helpful, sometimes the run command is helpful. We will discuss all the scenarios in this particular course in the coming videos. Now let's move to the next slide. So we will discuss about the containers names. So suppose till now we have seen my containers have some specific name, and suppose I want to provide some kind of meaningful name to my container. Then how can I provide a meaningful name to my container, right? For this I can use the command docker container -- public host port container port -- detach -- name and then provide the name. So all the command is same we have used earlier. Just one parameter is extra in this particular command, which is -- name, right? So let's see how can we use this particular parameter. So till now we have seen our containers have some kind of names. So my first container have some kind of elastic permal, right? My second container is also have some name. My third container is also have some name. So there is a names of the container, right? Suppose they all are nginx. This nginx is running on port 8081 and this nginx is running on port 80, right? We have stopped this container. Suppose we are going to stop the container which is running on port 8081. So docker container stop, then the container ID, which is this. right? Container is down. Execute the command docker container ls, and you will see only one container is running, which is on port 80, right? Clear out the console and execute the command docker container ls space -a. It will list out all the containers which was executed on this particular Docker engine. Now somebody will ask you which container was running on port 8081. So by this particular information, you would not be able to define which container was running on port 8081. So sometimes you need you need to name the containers with some specific string. So in this way, we will see how we can name the container, right? So when we have a requirement to provide some kind of custom name to my container, so we can use the name property of the Docker container. So let's see how can we use the name property of Docker container. For this, I'm going to start a new container on port 8081. So we will start with the command docker container run -publish to publish on the host port, and the port should be 8081, then define colon, then container port, then detach to execute the container in the background space. There is a new parameter what I'm going to insert --name, and I will name it anything what I want. So like I'm going to name it web host 8081, right? Then the image name what I'm going to run. So I'm going to run the nginx. Press enter. So you can see a container is being executed. If I will execute a command docker container ls, so it will provide you the list of running containers, and you can see the name is the name which you have provided to execute the container, right? So this is the property of the name command. With the help of the name, you can provide the custom name to your containers. Now suppose you want to see the logs of a specific container, then how can you see the name of particular container? For this, you can execute the command docker container logs, then the container name or container ID. So let's see how can we get the logs of the containers. So suppose we want to see the logs of a container which is running on port 8081. So for this, suppose we are going to generate some logs. So I will go to my browser and refresh my nginx container again and again, right? So I have refreshed it three times. Now I go to my terminal and execute the command docker container logs. Then either I can provide the container ID, which is this, or I can provide the container name, right? So I'm going to provide the container name. If you want, you can also provide the container ID. Press enter and it will list the latest logs generated on your containers, right? So right now the 4 lines of logs are being over here. I refresh it 2 more times. Again go to my terminal and execute the log command for my container. Now I will get few more lines. So using this way we can get the logs of a container, of a running container, right? Now we will discuss another command docker top. So suppose you want to see the running processes inside your container, right? A single container in the Docker can execute multiple processes as per the architecture of the application. So nginx architecture is basically like master and worker architecture. So in the nginx, you will always find one master or one worker or two worker, right? So we will execute the command to get the running processes inside the container docker container top, then container ID. So let's execute this command. So I'll go to my terminal and I will find out my running containers. So these are two running containers, and suppose I want to know the process or running process of container 1, right? So I will execute the command docker container top, then either container name or container ID. Press enter. So it will return you the process ID, right, and UID. So you can see over here the process 3271 is running, which is the NGINX master process, and another process 3311 is running, which is NGINX worker process, right? So with the help of the top command, you can find out the running processes of any container. So in this particular slide, we have discussed how we can provide a name to our container, how we can verify the logs of a container, and how we can get the running processes of my container. Let's move to the next one. And suppose you want to remove all unused containers. Then how can you remove the all unused containers? For this, you can execute the command docker container rm. Then if you want to remove the multiple containers, then you need to provide the space separated container IDs, or you can just provide a single container ID to remove that container, right? Let's see. So here is my terminal, and I will execute the command docker container ls-a. It will list out all the running and stopped containers. And suppose I want to remove all the containers which has executed on this Docker engine. For this, I will execute the command docker container rm. Then I need to provide the container IDs, space second container ID which you want to remove, space third container ID which you want to remove, right? Press enter. So these three containers should be removed. The two was hello world and one was nginx. I will again execute the same command docker container ls-a, right? So you can see the last three containers is being removed from my list, right? Now suppose I want to remove a running container in the Docker. So I will execute the command docker container rm, and I will pass the running container ID like this. This is the running container, right, which is up. So I will pass this ID, press enter. So Docker will give you an error, and error response from the daemon: you cannot remove running containers. Stop the container before attempting removal or force remove, right? So this is for the security purpose. So by human mistake, sometimes you remove the running containers which may impact your running application. So Docker has provided this kind of security in their architecture so that you can't remove the running containers, right? So to remove the containers, first you need to stop them or you need to forcefully remove them, right? So we have already seen how we can stop the containers and how we can remove the containers. Now we will see, suppose if you want to remove the container forcefully, then how can you remove the container forcefully? For this, we need to execute the same command docker container rm, press -f and then the container ID. And this is the container ID which we want to remove, and this is this, right, which is the running container on port 80, right? I will press enter and this is being removed. I will execute the command docker container ls-a. See, the port 80 container is being removed, right? So this is the way how can you remove the multiple containers from your Docker, how can you remove a single container from your Docker, how can you remove the stopped containers, and how can you remove the running containers, right? So that's all for the day. In the coming lecture, we will learn some new things about the Docker. Thank you. We'll see you in the next lecture.